Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Providence, Rhode Island, home of the LaSalle Rams, where we have high school girls lacrosse coming your way on the Fans Only Sports Network. Glad to have you with us, Harrison Prey, alongside Ryan Ward. Glad to bring you the action between the LaSalle Rams and the visiting Portsmouth Patriots. And so when we look at the visiting team, Portsmouth, they come into this game 4-2 overall in a 2-game win streak. Last game they played was against the Lincoln School, winning that one 18-11. And their two losses so far this season came to Moses Brown in a 14-5 final score and to Prout 17-12. And when we look at the home team, the LaSalle Rams, they are entering tonight's game 5-2 overall on the season. Also on a 2-game winning streak as well. Their last game came against Barrington on the road. They were able to come away with that one 13-8. So we are glad to have you with us, and should be a good one. Two evenly matched teams, both in the same boat in terms of their winning streaks, their overall record, although LaSalle's played one more game than Portsmouth, but nevertheless, ready to play some girls lacrosse, and both teams will get ready. LaSalle will wear their white uniforms moving left to right, and the Patriots of Portsmouth will move right to left. To start out this game, Stella Orr, the freshman midfielder, will battle it out, looks like with, could be Maddie Goodwin, but could be incorrect, but we will see once I get a better view at it, and her back faces towards me, which will probably be in a few seconds or so. And on the draw control, it's been a beautiful last couple of weeks in terms of the weather. It's getting a little bit more chilly, but that's all you can expect from this point on. And so it is Maddie Goodwin able to win the draw control and pass it on over to Karen McGovern, moving with lots of pace. She'll pass it over to Addison Tui. Tui right through, and it looks like it was saved. And right off the bat, Patriots are able to defend their net pretty well. Molly Gerson, the senior, able to deny that one all the way through. Now on the ground ball, really just hitting it up in the air, but she'll get a quick restart. That was Nora Cooney, the senior defender. She passes it on over to Melina Dooley, the sophomore, and now the Patriots will set up their first offensive zone pressure until they turn it over into the hands of Grace Lynch, the senior defender. And Peyton Giroux getting involved on some of the passing back in net, having their back against the wall a little bit. And now the Rams will get a second opportunity to try and get something on the board. Again, like I said, seems like a pretty evenly matched game. Lily Peters takes a shot and may have been affected on her way over. That ball went sky high, but it looks like they'll get a free position shot, and they will. She'll start out right in the middle. See what move she goes for. A shot right away, and it's able to go through for the first goal of the game. And it's the sophomore attacker, Peters, to get it done. This time she didn't run up, she just stood in her position, didn't even bother to take a few steps, just fired it over and in for goal number 1. Advantage Rams. So on the draw control, it looks like it'll be Karen McGovern, junior midfielder, to do it for the Rams. Duels it out with Stella Orr. Done it the last few times. Whistle, but quick restart. Or Addison Tui. So the Rams off to a splendid start. A very high-powered Portsmouth team, like I mentioned, entering tonight 4-2 overall on the season, playing one less game, and kind of see the skills they've been able to match with LaSalle. LaSalle, from the get-go, put pressure on Portsmouth's defense, and it was just a great save by Molly Gerson. And now Portsmouth will get some much-needed breathing as they will be in offensive scoring position. Passed around a little bit. Addison Lima will give it over to Margot Banu. Banu is getting defended pretty well yet again by McGovern, and looks like we got a whistle. Will it be a free position shot? Looks like it will. So, big opportunity for the Patriots to knot it up at 1. So, Margot Banu start out right in the middle. Under 9 minutes to go. Tries going over Giroux, but it got deflected and goes out of bounds, and the Rams will take over. But it's good defensive work by LaSalle as well, returning the favor. Seen displays of good defensive play by Portsmouth, but now you're seeing it on LaSalle's end too, where you get these defenders hacking at sticks, knocking the ball loose, and seen that a couple times here so far. So the Patriots will still take over. Looks like LaSalle was going to head back on offense, but here come the Patriots, and they're able to answer right back. And this time it's Emily Babola, the junior, and it's a 1-1 game. So give credit to Emily Babola that time. Really drove the ball 20 yards. Looked like LaSalle was going to turn defense into offense, and then just a quick turnover. And Babola taking matters into her own hands and getting the job done. We did anticipate a competitive match. Like I mentioned earlier, both of these teams losing to Moses Brown and Prout. And valiant efforts, to say the least. Where Portsmouth was able to give Prout a pretty good fight, just a 5-score game in that one, as they were home in that battle. And this time, the Rams are able to win the draw control. Karen McGovern able to give the possession to her team. And now here is Goodwin trying to get through a bunch of Patriots, but they're able to knock the ball loose, and it's in the hands of Kylie Delamos, and she then passes it over to Norton. Norton tried passing it on over to Emily Babola, but it goes out of bounds, and it looks like Lily Peters will restart right out of bounds towards the LaSalle bench. Towards the X. Mina Carbone then gives it over to McGovern, who takes a shot, and it goes out of play. And the closest one to it was a Patriot, so that being Emma Norton. She gets double teamed by a slew of Rams, one of them being Ella Grace, but they're able to manage out of it with a couple of nice passes. Now turning defense into offense, putting some pressure on the Rams yet again, see if they can find their first lead of the game. They're going to slow the tempo down just a tad bit. Emily Babola, the lone goal so far, still early in this one. They'll pass it around, play a little keep away, have everybody else get open before they finally attack. That pass is lost initially by Banu, but plenty of space for her to pick it back up and out of harm's way. Under 6 minutes to go in this opening quarter, a 1-1 ball game where Salle struck first, and just like that, the Patriots are able to get their first lead of the game, and it's Margot Banu, the junior, to make it a 2-1 ball game. And hold on a minute. The referees are discussing a few things. I'm not sure if it'll count quite yet. So it looks like we got a penalty against the Rams, and heading over to take a seat is Meg Claire, the senior defender. And so it will count as a goal for Portsmouth, where they do in fact get their first lead of the game. So a 2-minute penalty against Meg Claire. So you can see her right over in front of people keeping track of the scoreboard on one knee. So 2 minutes, and you'll have a woman up opportunity for Portsmouth along with their first lead. So a lot of things playing in their favor so far at this point in the game. Trying to get away from a couple of Rams is Emily Babola. Clock stops with 5:27. Quick pass, and Babola trying to work her way in front of a bunch of Rams. Lots of traffic, but the Rams defense forcing her to the perimeter yet again. And here's Banu. Banu not going to attempt a shot. Will just keep possession of the ball and pass it backwards towards Sophia Sabolt. Sabolt gets a nice pick from Stella Orr, but they'll still hold on to it. Be very safe and conservative with when they finally do attempt a shot. So they'll spread out just a tad bit. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Patriots up 2-1. We're just passing it around, not going to attack just yet. Very smart, and that one is saved by Giroux. Great job to keep an eye on that one. That could have been very dangerous and a lot of traffic, but she's able to glove that one. Drew's able to get a pass off over to Elise Friedis. Friedis drive the length of the field, pass it on over to Tui. Tui gets a whistle and free position shot. Under 4 minutes to go. Tui will have an opportunity to tie things up. So good transition for LaSalle. And Tui tacks, goes right over, and gets the goal. 2-2. So Tui able to execute on the free position shot. Went right over Molly Gerson. And evenly matched game like we anticipated, and this time it paying off. .335 to go in the first quarter. It's been back and forth. LaSalle striked first, and then it was Portsmouth that was able to tie it back up at 1 and then take their first lead of the game, courtesy of Margot Banu. And now we're knotted up at 2, thanks to a Addison Tui goal on a free position shot. Now again, LaSalle trying to continue this little rhythm that they got going on here towards the tail end of the first quarter. Ella Grace pass on over to Tui. He's getting defended pretty well by Banu, and the ball will go back to the Patriots. And Banu, who has a goal herself, will pass it on over to Nora Cooney, a good 10 yards, and now gets double teamed. And you see right there the defensive abilities by this LaSalle squad. See Karen McGovern just track down Cooney from behind and knock the ball loose, get the turnover. Splendid play on their end. Tui again sets up a little fake shot there, and they turn it right back over and give it to the Patriots. Ball got deflected, and now it's in the hands of Giselle Mayers, the sophomore defender. She's going to take it a good 20-30 yards and try and set up the Patriots on offense. Again, a couple of nice moves going inside, going into the bouncing shot, not able to pay off. And it was Sophia Sabolt just kind of clawing her way inside. Good pass from Giroux on over to Lily Peters, just bounces a couple times and she's able to glove it. Nice pass and catch. Elise Freitas over to Claire, and a good save that time. It was Molly Gerson, as Ella Grace was right on the doorstep, right in the crease, I must say. And Grace gets another chance yet again, and it's then saved and picked up by Gerson. They'll slow things down, but they'll get the ball back in an attempt to transition out of their own end. I mean, it was a beautiful setup. You had a nice pass from Freitas on over, and another shot and score. Turns it right over. And it's Elise Freitas, or excuse me, make that Brinley Freitas to get the quick turnover and score. Timeout with 1:08 to go in this first quarter. Glad to have you with us, and we'll end it off with a goal from Brinley Freitas to make it a 3-2 LaSalle Rams lead. And welcome back in to the Fans Only Sports Network after the timeout. Harrison Prey alongside Ryan Ward. Glad to have you with us. Here with a minute, 8 seconds left, coming off of a Brinley Freitas goal to give LaSalle the lead back at 3-2. So it's been a very good game, to say the least. A couple of nice plays and passes from LaSalle, and they just got a quick turnover from Molly Gerson in net, and it was picked off by Freitas, and she was able to capitalize with a goal. And now you have Banu attacking, sprinting with lots of speed. And here is Emily Babola with the ball, passes it towards the X, that being Addison Lima. Then over to Sabolt. We'll kind of go in a circle here. Imagine Portsmouth is trying to cook up something before LaSalle can even have an opportunity to get a goal, and a shot there, but doesn't go through. Patriots will keep the ball. Cooney gives it over. 15 seconds left. Nightingale gives it back to Cooney. The clock stops. All right, looks like it's still gonna go. And it looks like that'll conclude first quarter. And it will. So through one quarter of play, the score, LaSalle 3, Portsmouth 2. Will be back for second quarter action in a few short moments. And welcome back in, everyone, for the start of the second quarter here in Providence, Rhode Island, home of the LaSalle Rams. The score through 12 minutes, LaSalle 3, Portsmouth 2. It's been a pretty well-hyped game, to say the least. Definitely what we expected, a competitive match. Both teams with 2 losses to their record at this point in the season. And back and forth game, both teams have had one lead, and we are underway on the draw control. Tui able to grab that one after Karen McGovern was able to pop it over in her direction, and now the Rams will move right to left to start this quarter. Peters Around the 10-yard line, trots backwards, trying to look for an open teammate. Gives it over to McGovern. McGovern, give her credit on the draw control, who now possesses the ball. Gives it over to Peters. Beautiful setup and goal. Karen McGovern over to Lily Peters, who did the rest. It was a perfect pass on McGovern's end, and then it was the sophomore attacker, Peters, able to fire it over and add a 2-goal lead. So a beautiful start to this second quarter by the Rams. Able to be unpredictable, not be too patient, but then eventually attack when they felt like it was necessary. And it was just a great setup by those two players. And here comes Maddie Goodwin moving with lots of speed, takes a shot, and it goes through. And will it count? Looks like she'll get a free position shot, so no goal, but she has an opportunity to redeem herself with 11 minutes to go. She'll start off over to the right. See what move she decides to do here. A little early movement there. You did see Emily Babola of Portsmouth move just a tad too early. Even Stella Orr will redo it again. Maddie Goodwin, junior midfielder, has had herself a great season. Gonna try and add to it, and she does. Make it 5-2 Rams. Goodwin gets it done. So great job by LaSalle in terms of how they've been executing their free position shots so far. Had Lily Peters execute one, and now Maddie Goodwin able to get her first goal of the game. So far it's been 3 unanswered goals by the Rams. They found quite a rhythm, and it's been all of them. Great play by Karen McGovern to show the hustle and effort to scoop that ball up. Great job on the draw control, and then to just attack that ball, pick it right up. And now they get another opportunity to add on to their lead, really take control of the ball and keep it away from the Patriots that haven't really gotten to any sort of momentum in this second quarter. Moving inside, Claire, ball still bouncing around everywhere. Who's going to grab it? And referee signaling Patriot ball, and it will. It'll start out with Giselle Maris in her own end zone towards the X. Passes it over to Emma Norton, who's going to sprint a good 20 yards or so before she passes it high, intended for Margot Banu, and it's turned right over for the Rams. 9:20 to go, and a quick pass inside, and saved that time by Gerson. It was passed in the direction of Ella Grace, not able to hold on to it. And now Gerson trying to look for an open teammate. The Rams are doing a good job covering them up pretty good. Finally, it's Emily Babola that gets open. Long pass, lofted for Sophia Sabolt. Ball still on the ground, falls to the ground, gets right up, and we got a whistle. Quick restart. And another whistle. Looks like the ball will go back to LaSalle. It'll restart with Sydney Rains, senior midfielder. Makes a nice pass on over to Maddie Goodwin. Goodwin on the attack, trots forward. I'm going to back off a little bit, get everybody else open, looking for Tui, who then passes it over to her. Tui being very patient, gets a pick from Elise Freitas. Lee Peters has had a good game today so far. 2 goals on the board for her. Gonna zigzag left and right and then pass it back towards Goodwin. Gonna work inside, takes a shot, she's able to score again. Make that Maddie Goodwin's second goal of the game in a 6-2 game. So this quarter so far, it's been all Rams. Haven't seen much offense on the part of Portsmouth. Haven't seen them down on their offensive end really at all. And it's a credit to Karen McGovern on these draw controls. She's been able to win these against Stella Orr. And again, ball high up in the air and able to be won by the Rams yet again. And over Goodwin, intended for Brinley Freitas, who has a goal tonight herself. And the Rams still keep possession of the ball. Claire over to Peters. That's been a huge part of this game, where the Rams have dictated the draw control battle and hasn't given the Patriots much opportunity at all. Peters takes a shot and it gets defended well. Kylie Delamos able to deflect that ball away from harm. Here's Claire towards the end zone. Gives it to Peters again. Peters moves right. About the 15-yard line or so, Karen McGovern. McGovern shoots and it goes wide, but it's stopped on the leg by Claire. Now it's a battle for the ball. Who's going to come away with it? It is Margot Banu. The Rams will still keep possession. Ella Grace. Pass it on over to Peters. Peters looking for an open teammate. Going to move inside and get stonewalled by a few Patriots. One of them being Banu and Emma Norton. The Rams will slow down the tempo. Addison Tui trying to go one way, gets a pick from Peters, moves inside and then shoots and is able to get another goal on the board. Tui right down the middle and moves the lead to a 5-goal difference. So Addison Tui capitalizing. You've seen different tempos by LaSalle. in that part of the field. Sometimes they go slow and sometimes they hit the ground running and waste no time to take shots. And Tui able to get goal number 2. Draw control up in the air, and coming away with it is Maddie Goodwin, and gets defended very hard by Stella Orr on the sideline, but is able to restart with ease again. LaSalle on the door, and McGovern was inching closely, but got defended well by a slew of Patriots. He's creating a wall inside. Tui takes another shot, and she's able to get another goal. Make it a hat trick for her. And the score now goes to 8-2. And timeout called by Portsmouth. And we'll take a timeout ourselves and be back after the break. The score, Salle 8, Portsmouth 2. We'll be back in just a brief moment. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back in after the Portsmouth timeout. Salle has taken control in this second quarter without a doubt. It's been mostly them throughout this quarter. Haven't allowed Portsmouth to get any offensive pressure at all. It seems like the ball has been, on the left side of the field, for the majority of this quarter, and it's paying off. Draw control, and again, looked like for a brief moment Salle was going to continue their dominance, and the ball's taken away by Stella Orr. Gets hit hard as she hits the turf, and she gets right back up. She got hit hard, but it's good to see her get up under her own power. Shakes it right off, and she will restart around the 15-yard line or so. It won't be a free position shot, but they'll keep possession of the ball. Actually, it will be. And Orr will try and go inside. Gets defended pretty well by McGovern. Gives it over to Babola. Babola trying to find an angle. Works her way inside, and she's able to score. What a play by Emily Babola. Tough angle, too, to be able to get that one through. Nevertheless, 8-3. So Portsmouth is able to answer right back, make it 8-3, and now Salle, Addison Tui yet again moving with lots of speed. She is a fast player. Definitely don't want to see her head on. So the Rams back on offense after the Portsmouth goal from Emily Babola. She has 2 goals tonight. Peters trots over to the right, trying to find an open player. Finds McGovern, the junior midfielder, who's done a splendid job on the draw controls, winning those every time, and she's able to take a shot, and it goes a little bit wide. Sal keeps the ball. The closest one to it was Ella Grace. Senior attacker really plays that position well in terms of camping towards the X. That's her spot. Grace passes it over to Goodwin. Goodwin at about the 10-yard line or so. Has Babola right in front. Gonna go through, and the ball gets knocked loose. Babola with a splendid defensive play to knock it loose, but the Rams still keep possession, and a great shot and score. Goodwin gets the pass from Ella Grace, and it's now a 9-3 game. Beautiful work by those 2 players. We've seen it a couple of times tonight where you get a nice pass and set up that results in a goal. We saw it earlier with Karen McGovern passing over to Lily Peters, and this time Ella Grace over to Goodwin. She did the rest. And Goodwin able to get her third goal of the game, so she has herself a hat trick along with Addison Tui. 2:18 to go in this first half. Ball still up for grabs, and yet again Sal winning it. We got a whistle. And LaSalle will still keep the ball. Goes in their favor. Addison Tui, great game tonight. Nothing new there. And Elise Freitas gives it on over to Tui. Gonna trot over, move right. Nice little juke move inside. Takes a shot. Ball was knocked free on her way to taking a shot, and Gerson is able to make a save on it. And right to her, but give credit to this Portsmouth defense. Finally coming away with a turnover. Knocks the ball loose. Little spin move there by Sophia Sabolt as Peters hits the deck. Sabolt gonna move in right and gets met head on by Morgan Doobie, a freshman defender for LaSalle. Another pass on over to Addison Lima. Lima Over to Margot Banu. Banu. Little spin move inside. Gets double teamed. Not going to try anything. Another whistle. And what do we got here? Free position shot. And it's going to be Margot Banu. We got under 40 seconds to go. And counting. It may not be a free position shot because she's going to set up at around the 15-yard line or so. So just be a quick restart. Quick pass over to Babola. Babola going to move inside. The ball got knocked loose yet again. And the clock stops at 16 seconds. And Addison Tui going to trot on over. It looks like, will it be a penalty? I don't think so. I think she just came for a breather. Babola with 16 seconds to go. Maybe a penalty. Yeah, it will be a penalty. Addison Tui. 2 minutes. Tui and another woman up for Portsmouth. We'll get some time heading into the second half. Babola goes right over, able to get the goal. Trims the deficit to 4. Trims the deficit actually to 5. Incorrect math there. Sorry for the folks at home. But Babola able to get her 3rd goal of the game. Got ourselves another hat trick. Free position shot executed. And really a good job overall, especially considering now if LaSalle, which they can get the ball down in scoring position pretty fast, but leaves them almost no time to get something on the board possibly before the half ends. Draw control, won by McGovern. McGovern moving with lots of speed, able to get something off. McGovern fires and she scores with 1 second to go. Just how you drew it up. Waste no time, get down there, get a shot off. Just as I think it was impossible. It was possible for Karen McGovern. So 10-4. McGovern gets her first goal. She's had an assist too in this one, and that will do it. Just like that. After 1 half of play, your score 10 LaSalle, Portsmouth 4, and it ends with a Karen McGovern goal with around 11 seconds to go, or 1 second to go rather, and we'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half. And welcome back in, everyone, to the Fans Only Sports Network. Harrison Prey alongside Ryan Ward. Glad to have you with us for the start of the second half. Score 10, LaSalle, 4 for Portsmouth. And it's been a back and forth game to say the least. Have a slew of different players for LaSalle getting goals here tonight. Have Lily Peters with 2 goals, Addison Tui with 3, and Maddie Goodwin. And you saw Karen McGovern able to get a goal before time expired. Here's Goodwin again, able to win the draw control. And it's just been McGovern taking over in that part of the field. Getting the ball to Goodwin and Tui. And Tui with a penalty to start this half. Has a minute 20 left to go on it, so I must say LaSalle has not allowed that to be a detriment to them, where they're down a player and still maintain control, so haven't let it affect them, that is for sure. A good one will pass it on over to Ella Grace. She's done a good job behind net towards the X. A couple of nice passes. She's made a couple of nice breaks on the ball too. So the Rams moving left to right in this quarter, and Patriots moving right to left in their red and blue uniforms. Looks like the Rams will possess the ball long enough for Addison Tui to come back in and get a shot off, so hasn't resulted in many shots on net, but looks like that was part of the Rams' plan, to where they're just kind of holding the ball to the point where Tui is going to come back in, and she does. Sprints right on over. Gives it right over to her. She's able to snag it around the 15-yard line. Tui backpedaling, signaling Peters to come on over. Gonna move right, spin move, cut back left. Is going to start back up again. Sprints to the right, passes it backwards to Maddie Goodwin. Goodwin gets a nice little pick, but didn't get much separation out of it. Goodwin trying to pass it over for Tui, and she gets hit from behind hard. And she is down, and got the trainer coming on over to see if she's okay. Hopefully she is. That was a massive hit. And she gets right back up. So that is a great sign. So she'll take a brief moment off the field, and coming in to sub is Amina Carbone. So 9:35 left to go in the third quarter. Maddie Goodwin took a big shot, but it's good to see her walk off under her own power. And the Patriots will get a penalty. Stella Orr delivered the hit. And so now LaSalle will get a woman up opportunity. Their first one of the game, as the Patriots have had 3 so far, and it hasn't resulted in any goals. But now the Rams will get a free position shot. Ella Grace towards the right, looking for a pass. It took a little bit too long as the Patriots were swarming her. She was attempting to take a pass. Grace not able to catch that one, but they're still able to keep the ball. Under 9 minutes to go in this third quarter. Grace passes it over to Peters right in the middle, inching closer. Didn't take a shot. We'll go back to the outskirts. And McGovern, little wiggle move and whistle. Free position shot for Karen McGovern. Was able to get that clutch goal at the end of the first half. McGovern gonna trot backwards, pass it to Mina Carbone. And Tui gets a give and go. Shot goes wide. Rams still keep possession. It'll restart with Mina Carbone. He then passes to Ella Grace towards the X. Another pass from Grace intended for Lily Peters, but it gets turned over, picked up by Emily Babola, who has 3 goals tonight herself, trying to mount this comeback for her squad. Quick pass on over to Sophia Sabolt. And another whistle. Sabolt, like she was going to attempt a shot before the whistle blew. And she will get a free position shot. The penalty expires. Do have a running clock. Sophia Sabolt trots forward, and the ball gets stripped at the last second. It looked like it was Sydney Raines able to knock the ball loose. Great play, taking that ball away. Came right from behind and stripped it. And now Peyton Giroux passes it over to Tui. Then makes a nice pass. Elise Freitas waiting for it. Over to Peters. Peters still wiggling that stick, trying to keep possession of it, not lose track of it. Addison Tui gonna wait for numbers, and as there is a substitution, he's gonna slow down just a tad and wait for Karen McGovern to get back on. She does now. Teammates trying to separate. Whistle. McGovern took a shot yet again from Stella Orr, who we saw initially give a hit to Maddie Goodwin. She gonna go get a penalty again? It looks like she will. That's her second penalty of the game. So the Rams get their second penalty or woman up opportunity. So 2 minutes for Stella Orr yet again. She's been a little bit too physical down there, you know, coming in on these opposing LaSalle attackers and hitting them a little bit too aggressively. So both referees kind of sorting it out to kind of confirm the penalty, and now the Rams will face another free position shot. And no better to do it than Addison Tui, who has 3 goals tonight. Addison Tui, one of the many seniors on this LaSalle lacrosse team. Gonna trot forward, goes over and gets the 11th goal tonight and her 4th goal herself, and pads on the lead. So Addison Tui executing that free position shot pushes LaSalle's lead up to 7. An 11-4 game, and thanks to the penalty, via Stella Orr. Again, seen a couple of times tonight where she's just been a tad too physical, and it's resulted her sitting down for 2 minutes in each times. At each time. So 6 minutes to go. Ball looked like it was caught by Babola, but then she loses track of it. Ball's still up for grabs, bouncing around everywhere. Finally, it's Nora Cooney coming away with it, who then hits the ground, gets right back up. But she's still able to keep the ball in the process. Passes it over to Giselle Mayers, sophomore defender, kicking it. The ball was Lily Peters to her own teammate. And again, we get another big hit from behind. And this time, Brinley Freitas hits the deck. Emily Babola delivering a shot. And looks like it's going to be another penalty. It will. So now we have 2 Patriots having to take a seat, delivering shots. And you see the effect of it. They have to pay the piper. And just from behind, hitting Brinley Freitas, and she just topples to the ground. Clear, evident call. Peters gives it over to Tui. So now they clear advantage now. They're down 2. Gives it over to Grace. Fumbles it, and another whistle. Clock will still run. Looks like they'll get a free position shot, and they will. It'll go to Ella Grace, the senior attacker. Really just is secured in that end zone, plays that part of the field, and here she goes. Takes a shot, bouncing shot, saved, but then gloved and picked up and immediately by Maddie Goodwin. Lily Peters, fake shot there, passes it on over, gives it to Freitas, who then finishes it off and gets her second goal. So LaSalle pouring it on here at the tail end of the third quarter, where you just see a couple of blunders by Portsmouth, resulting in 2 penalties. Just a little bit too aggressive, some personal foul calls against Stella Orr and Emily Babola, and them having to take a seat. Orr's penalty will expire in 26 seconds, and Babola's penalty will expire in 1:03 seconds. And on the draw control here, and Portsmouth will finally get into scoring position. Here is Sophia Sabolt, passes on over to a lunging Margot Banu, able to corral it, and just waiting for Orr to get back in, and she does. So now they are still 1 down. Another shot and score. It's Sophia Sabolt, making it 12-5. So Sabolt is able to trim the deficit to now a 7-score game. Kind of get back into it a little bit. Still 7 goals down, plenty of game left in this one. Under 4 minutes to go. Salle is really taking advantage on the face-offs, the draw controls, and Karen McGovern has done a tremendous job in that department. And Margot Banu now will be on the draw controls. We saw earlier Stella Orr was the one doing it for them, and Patriots are able to come away with it. Margot Banu trots backwards, gets defended very well by Sydney Rains, and another turnover yet again, but it'll go back to the Patriots. You thought that LaSalle was able to come away with that ground ball. Tui was able to pick it back up, but Sabolt will get yet again another chance. Sabolt trots forward and able to score that one. Cut the lead in half. (12-6). Sabolt gets yet another one. That being her fourth goal of the game. Oh, actually, not Babola. Sabolt is able to score her second. Three minutes to go in this third quarter. Glad to have you with us on the Fans Only Sports Network. Harrison Prey alongside Ryan Ward on camera. It was a back and forth game from the start. 2-2 ball game at one point, and LaSalle has really just taken control since then. And now the Patriots with 2 unanswered goals since. And yet again, it's the Rams winning right away. Peters gives it over, attempting to pass it to Ella Grace. Not able to catch it, and it's saved by Gerson. She throws it on over to Kylie Delamos. Delamos getting attacked, triple teamed, before she passes it over to Margot Banu. Banu go backwards and then pass it over to Sabolt. Sabolt fumbles it, not able to keep track of the ball, and it goes to Maddie Goodwin, who's right there for the taking. Now what will Peters do for her team? Back to Goodwin. Goodwin with a shove there. Still going to continue to go. No whistle. And she gave Emily Babola a shot there. Really hitting her to the ground. Just kind of bumping into her. And it looks like we have a timeout. So we will take a timeout ourselves and be back for the rest of the third quarter here on the Fans Only Sports Network. And welcome back into Rams versus Patriots girls lacrosse action on this Thursday night. Glad to have you with us. Harrison Prey alongside Ryan Ward bringing you the action as the Rams are up 6 goals late in the third quarter. They've had lots of contributions, and now they will get another opportunity to add on to their lead. Maddie Goodwin will start off with the ball, try and execute this free position shot. Goodwin already with 3 goals tonight. Gonna go quickly and make McGovern the recipient of that goal, and a 13-6 ball game. Karen McGovern gets her second goal of the night, and it was a good fake by Goodwin. You thought she was going to go for the net. I mean, she was staring straight at Molly Gerson in net, and I think it took everybody off guard. Did not think that she was going to pass it to Karen McGovern, and she did. And it pushes the lead to 7. Quick whistle before it starts yet again. You thought McGovern was going to win that, but doing a solid job. Banu has had a pretty good night this evening, and Sydney Rains trying to keep track of the ball. Possession goes back to them. Rains will restart in her own defensive zone as Drew will pass it on over to Grace Lynch. And a quick turnover. Babola by herself, and she's able to capitalize with a goal. Just like that, Portsmouth able to take that turnover. It looks like Peyton Drew was the one that tried passing it to, looked like Sydney Rains possibly, and it was Babola taking it herself, that being her 4th goal tonight. And now a 7, or it's their 7th goal of the game, trims the deficit to 6. Draw control won by the Rams. McGovern able to just pop it in the direction of Maddie Goodwin. Able to catch it into her stick and then gives it back to McGovern. Approaching a minute to go in this third quarter. NFL Draft Night 2, as well as the Patriots hold the number 3 overall pick. Should be interesting to see what they do there. So the Rams taking full control of this game. Got off to a great start. Portsmouth playing them pretty competitively. At one point making it a 2-2 game, and Salle has not looked back since, not giving them any room. And Peters comes inside and gets defended very well by Emily Babola. And we might need to take a timeout. She hit the ground pretty hard. Seems like she's fine, but she took a tumble. And Gerson looking for an open player. She might just kill it until the third quarter ends, and it looks like she will. And that's exactly what she will do. And after 3 quarters of play, the score, LaSalle up ahead 13-7. We will be back for quarter number 4 in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back in everyone to the Fans Only Sports Network here for high school girls lacrosse, LaSalle versus Portsmouth. Harrison Prey calling the game alongside Ryan Ward, who's on camera here tonight. And Salle doing a good job keeping Portsmouth in check. Both teams, like I said many times tonight, losing to the same schools, Prout and Moses Brown. And it's been a solid effort. A little 1-2-3 action from LaSalle as they set up shop in scoring position. And Tui, Peters, and Goodwin, 3 quick passes. A little domino effect. And Tui tried passing it for Peters, but it gets picked off by Margot Banu. And Banu passes it on over to Nora Cooney. Cooney gets a kind greeting from Morgan Doobie, the freshman defender. Approaching 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Nice little stutter step by Babola. Tried taking a shot, gets hit hard yet again. Getting physical, Doobie hits the deck, and it was Emily Babola that gave her a shove. But referees are going to let him play, I guess. Oh, maybe not. And the penalty should be on Emily Babola, I would think. Or not. I don't know why it's on Morgan Doobie. She's the one that got hit, shoved to the ground. Unless it's just a sub, but no, it looks like it'll be a penalty. Unless it's going to be not a penalty. I don't know. Doesn't look like it'll be. Either way, Portsmouth goes unsuccessful on that trip. Now it's Grace Lynch passing it over to an intended Maya Hellendrung, freshman defender. Clock still running, under 10 minutes to go. So LaSalle trying to move to 6-2 overall on the season. See a couple of substitutions here late in the game. Maya Hellendrung and Montclair being one of the starters, but now on the move this time is Brinley Freitas, who has 2 goals tonight. Solid effort, contribution here, and Peters, she's going to have a little wiggle move, but she'll receive a free position shot. Start off to the near side. Under 9 minutes to go. Peters has 2 goals tonight. Gonna go high, and it just goes over the crossbar. It whistles past. The Rams still keep the ball. Ella Grace towards the X. That's her spot, right behind net. Will she attempt a shot? No. Looking for an open teammate. Passes it on over to Maddie Goodwin. Goodwin gets a block from McGovern, but it doesn't do much as Kylie Delamos is able to trail her step for step. Tui trots forward, goes backwards, is met by a slew of Patriots, Sabolt and Banu. And actually Babola, and a nice pass. Peters fires, and it goes just a little bit high. It was a great 1-2 punch. Goodwin with the pass, and Peters right in front, intersecting right in front of the face of Gerson, but it went just a tad high. Maddie Goodwin passes it on over to Grace. Grace has Lula Woods defending her. Karen McGovern Gives it over to Peters, who's very quick and agile herself in terms of what she brings to the table. Comes inside, ball gets knocked loose, and the ball looks like it's going to go back to Salle, and it will. It'll start off in the hands of Ella Grace. She'll wait for the referee's whistle, and pass from Goodwin wasn't able to be handled effectively, but they still keep the ball. Pick up the ground ball, and Goodwin works inside and is able to get another goal. Maddie Goodwin doing what she does best, and it's a 14-7 game. Ball goes out of bounds. Salle in full control at this point. Apologize for the time appearing on your screen for those at home. 6.5 minutes to go. Having some technical difficulties here, so apologize for the incorrect time. Clock shows here 6.5 minutes and counting. And Addison Tui will take over and take a couple steps forward and now start sprinting around the 20. Just kind of slow down the tempo a little bit, I would imagine. Maybe pick their shots just a tad bit. And Tui, big topple. 3 different players go down. Ball goes back to the Patriots. You saw Sophia Sabolt and Lula Woods defending her all the way. Under 6 minutes to go in this game. The Patriots trying to mount something, and a whistle this time. Sophia Sabolt gets hit in the head, and Addison Tui was the one that hit her in the head. So she'll take a 2-minute penalty. Now Portsmouth on the woman up. So Sabolt will start off with the ball. Coming back for it was Margot Banu. Gives it back to Sabolt. Now they'll try and get in scoring position. Sabolt gonna go right through, but it's saved by Giroux. What a play by her in net. Ball still bouncing around everywhere. And Cooney is able to keep the possession for her. A shot and a miss. Cooney passed it over to Kylie Delamos and wasn't able to score on that one. Attempted a bouncing shot, but results in no goal. Although the Patriots still keep the ball. Cooney towards the X. Excuse me, that's Sabolt. Sabolt takes a shot and it pays off. Now it's a 14-8 game. So you thought just for a second there Portsmouth was going to miss an opportunity to turn it back over, where Delamos had a wide open shot. Didn't pay off, but Sabolt able to come through with a goal, gets her third of the night, hat trick. See it time and time again. Now with 4:42 left to go in the fourth quarter, LaSalle taking full control. And now it is just a 6-goal game. Winning the draw control is Emily Babola, able to jump high and pick up the ground ball. Babola comes with another goal, and now it's 14-9. Make that her 5th goal tonight, and a quick one, if that, as is able to win the draw control, jump up. It was a high bouncing ball and wasted no time. 4.5 minutes to go, and Portsmouth not going away quietly. Plenty of time in this one for them to get a couple of nice breaks and see what they can do from there. So Addison Tui, 52 seconds left on her penalty before it expires. And again, Portsmouth able to win the draw control, just what they needed. Soaring high in the air was Sabolt, and you see now Babola trying to take matters into her own hands and passes it on over, and a shot goes a little bit wide. Sabola gave it over to Sabolt, and she got hit as she fired it in, and it went wide, and now the Rams will take over with 4 minutes and counting left in the game. Long toss over to Brynlee Freitas. She's able to pick it up, and a strip and tumble of Freitas results in a whistle with 3:46 to go. And now another Portsmouth Patriot will head to the sideline for a penalty. It's going to be Babola again, that being her second tonight. You have Stella Orr serving 2 penalties, and now Emily Babola, who's been really key in the Patriots' comeback recently. 3 unanswered goals so far. 1 point, 14-6, and now you're seeing Portsmouth get into a rhythm, one by one. And so the ball will start out with Brynlee Freitas at the 20-yard line. We'll pass it backwards diagonal to Karen McGovern. Has done a splendid job on the draw controls, winning those one-on-ones and showing a lot of hustle too. Has that high motor, great pass from McGovern, but it wasn't able to be caught by Elise Freitas. And keeping it in bounds in the field of play was Peters. We got a whistle and a timeout with 3:23 to go in this fourth quarter. The score, 14 LaSalle, 9 for Portsmouth. We'll be back in a few moments on the Fans Only Sports Network. And back after the timeout, Harrison Prey alongside Ryan Ward giving you girls lacrosse action here on this Thursday night. The score 14-9. At one point it was 14-6, and Portsmouth's rattled off 3 straight goals, trimming the deficit and mounting comeback, not going away quietly whatsoever. Waiting on the referee's whistle. Lily Peters will restart. And now Karen McGovern again. It would expect LaSalle to just hold on to the ball and bleed some time, play defense, and maybe take a couple of shots here, add on to their lead, push the cushion a little bit. They'll kind of go in a circle. But give credit to Portsmouth coming here on the road and again facing adversity right in the face, and they've been able to chip away, not go away quietly. It shows some perseverance. And now you can just see LaSalle just hold on to the ball. You'd imagine some of these defenders of the Patriots to just jump in, try and pick off some of these balls a little bit, create a turnover, because time is not on their side. Now Ella Grace towards the X. Eventually they got to take a shot before the shot clock maybe expires, unless I'm wrong there. But here's Ella Grace. Possible opportunity, gives it over to Brindley Freitas, and she's able to capitalize. And that might just do it. 15-9 game, with that one being a hat trick for Brindley Freitas. So 141 left to go in this game. Brindley Freitas gets her 3rd goal of the game. Another hat trick. You always got to shout that out. Those are pretty important. And now LaSalle has a 6-goal lead. Was able to bleed some clock in the process. So really getting the best of both worlds there. And with 141 remaining, draw control, trying to win the battle is Leah Mascarelli, junior midfielder, and Salle will gain control of the ball. And here's McGovern passing it over to Charlotte Grace with some action. Ella Grace comes out of the end zone at around the 3-yard line or so. And now here comes Portsmouth trying to answer in the other direction. Emma Norton. Norton won't be denied there. Gets a shot off, but it's saved by Giroux. Trying to pick it up immediately is Kylie Delamos, and the ball's still tumbling everywhere. Still bouncing around. Heads towards the sideline. And we got a whistle. And quick restart for the Patriots. With 30 seconds remaining, Nora Cooney trying to get a shot off and get at least the 10th goal on the board. Ball still fumbling around. Got a little cross-check penalty there. Clock stops with 17 seconds. 19. And so Sabolt goes over Giroux for the 10th goal. And they're able to get double digits. So Portsmouth able to get another one on the board. Sabolt gets her 4th of the night. And so after this draw control, clock will bleed, and LaSalle will move to 6-2 overall on the season. You see McGovern pass it on over to Grace, then over to Mina Carbone. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that will do it here from Providence, Rhode Island, LaSalle Academy, and the Rams get the victory 15-10 over the Portsmouth Patriots. A very competitive team, did not go out without a fight, and it's the Rams that come away victorious. Glad to have you here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Harrison Prey and Ryan Ward, happy to bring you the action on this Thursday night for girls high school lacrosse, and your final score one last time, LaSalle 15, Portsmouth 10. We will be back for the next lacrosse game in the near future, and have a great night. And that's The Last of Us. Thanks for watching the Fans Only Sports Network.